This video is going to give you a brief overview of the new quiz test feature within Canvas. So right now, you might have noticed in your assignments list that there's a button that says plus quiz test beta. I want to point out that at this point in time for Springfield Public Schools, this product is in beta testing, so certain aspects of it may change before Canvas officially rolls it out to all users. What is different about this quiz versus the old quiz is the old quiz you would access by coming over here to the left and choosing your quizzes button right there. This is actually an external tool, so it's an LTI. So to start these, you have to start in your Canvas assignments list. And then you click on the quiz test assignment button. It will load the assignment page that you're used to seeing. So for this process, you're just going to give it a name, fill out your details, fill out your assignments, and then save it. Once you save the quiz, it will load this screen and then switch into the LTI screen that shows your demo here. And so here you'll see along the top, I have build. This is where I will build the quiz. I have my title. I have a place where I can type instructions. And then I have a plus, which is what I will click on to add question types. So when I click on that plus, it pops out, and this is where I access the different question types that I have. I can click on settings and get those old quiz settings that I'm used to, such as shuffle questions, one question at a time. If I want to toggle any of these on for my kids, I can just come down here and toggle those along. A new feature does allow backtracking, which allows students with one question at a time to go back to previous questions. This is where you can access your reports. So once students have taken the quiz, you can get your quiz and item analysis. And if you've paired anything with outcomes, you can also get your outcomes analysis. And then the moderate feature is where you can access the different kids that have taken the quiz and change those settings just like you could before. So we'll go back to the build screen. And now to show some of the features of the build screen, I'm going to switch over to a quiz that has already been built. And so here we have a quiz that I've already created. One of the neat additions to the quizzes LTI is the ability to preview your question list over here along the left. And so you'll see here that I have the different questions. It shows the type of question it is, the point value for that question, and then begins to go over the question. I can easily change the order of my questions if I want to by coming over here to the arrows, clicking on it, and just dragging it into different locations. You see that little drop question here, and then it will reorder that question for me. So your students can use this to easily navigate through the quiz questions as they're taking it. Any item banks that you have, so as you build your question banks, you'll be able to easily and quickly access by clicking on the item banks, and it would show those here. I can do a plus bank if I want to add more, title it, and create that bank. It's showing that there's nothing in that bank just yet, but we'll take care of that. And then I can also add my outcomes. Now you do need to go in and create your outcomes first in Canvas if you're going to use them, or you can access, if you're a K-5 teacher, you have access to several institutional outcomes that are already there. So here, I'm just going to browse and add outcomes by clicking here. So I have a couple here that I can use. So I'm going to grab those outcomes and click Align Selected. And so those outcomes are aligned with my overall quiz. One cool thing I can do is instead of aligning stuff with my overall quiz, I can also align the outcomes with each specific quiz question. And I'll show how we do that later on. I have my directions and I have my questions. Go through here, different questions that are available. Let's say I wanted to take this ordering question and I wanted to align it with an outcome. So I go into the pencil to edit, and I can come down to the bottom and you'll see here, align to outcomes. I can do that and add those outcomes directly to my question. The same process I did to the quiz. I can also switch to item banking, and let's say I want this question to go in my bank. I just click on item banking and click add to bank. Choose your bank. I only have the one example, so I choose it, I add to it, and now it's there in my bank. And so that's an overview of how the new quizzes beta works with your kiddos.